Tarisland Season 1 is right around the corner. I think the biggest question that new players have, or returning players have, and even existing players have is Spid, which class is the best in Season 1? So let's jump right into the tier list and find out the best class. Before we jump into this video, I'm going to tell you guys about Exitlag. Now, Exitlag is absolutely fantastic. I use this every day when I play Tarisland or at other games. My guild uses too. It helps you get way less lag, way less ping, which is crucial when you guys are doing these raids so you don't get hit by any mechanics. The program works fantastic. You can download it. The link will be in the description below. There's also a new version of Exitlag that you can check out. Very easy to use. You just search up Tarisland and you can just apply a route. It will apply the best route for you. If you're playing from a different region, you want to connect to it, you can find the best region for you. They have a lot of different tools too, FPS boost, all the stuff. I use it mainly for the ping. It reduces my ping. I usually have 50 ping. And when I play the game, as you guys can see right now, I have 16 ping. It reduces it by a lot. If you're playing from NA or Asia or a cross server, this is great to use. So make sure you check it out with the link in the description below. And you can also do a free trial if you guys want to just see what the program's all about. So check it out, guys. So first of all, I'm going to start with the best classes that were in Season 0. So you guys can kind of get an idea of where the classes were and what is happening with them. So let's just jump right into it. In the PvE, we're going to go with the PvE tier list first and then the PvP, and then we could jump to the Season 1 after. So for PvE tier list, we have the Dual Assassin reigning on alone on top on S rank. This class is insanely overpowered in Season 0. It was needed for every speed run and every run that you did, because it can dish out like 1 million damage in a few seconds if it gets crits and resets. So this class is just absolutely broken. So I will put the Shadow Assassin on S rank. Barbarian DPS is A rank. I would say Barbarian can deal a lot of damage, but it is mainly needed for the debuff and buffs that it puts, and it did really good. So A rank for sure. Paladin DPS is also up there, A rank. It can dish crazy damage with the Inscribed Stone, and Shattering Slam does an insane amount of damage. So definitely A rank up there. The DPS Bard, I would say, is more of a B rank. It still does really good damage and it provides a buff, but it just doesn't have the output as most of them have. However, when there are certain bosses where the Bard can put like dots on two bosses or several things at once, it does really good. But I would put this like, I'm happy with where I placed them right here, right? Barbarian tank is more of a B rank. It does not be able to survive as long as certain tanks because of the glancing and stuff. Paladin tank is more of an A rank tank. It's a bit better than the Barbarian, in my opinion, because it provides shields and get enough glancing with certain skills. So this is where I would put the Season 0 tank. Bard heal, I would say, is S rank, is the best healer in the game by far. It puts so much reduction, provides so much buffs, and can solo heal. And you need definitely Bard healers for everything that you do in the game. So a Bard healer is top healer in the game for sure. Ice Mage, oof. I want to give Ice Mage like a rank, but I just can't, bro. I think both of the mages were pretty mediocre. The Ice Mage can pump some damage with like quick skill and Inscribed Stone and stuff, but the Fire Mage, I just haven't seen much Fire Mage play this season. So I think I'm going to place them right here. It can still dish good damage, but not enough. Phantom Necro actually was pumping end of the season with the Inscribed Stone. So the damage that it dealt was actually pretty insane. So I would give Phantom Necro one of the highest DPSs for sure in the game. Not close to the Assassin, but still close. Phantom Necro Healer, I would say Phantom Necro Healer was, that's hard to say, man. So solo, I would say A healer. A healer, I want to give it like B, but I'll give it low tier, A tier, because even though it can dish a heal and it can even solo heal certain things, it just isn't as good as Bard or even close to it. So I would rather have two Bards in my team than a Phantom Necro and Bard, you know? So, you know, that should say something. Priest DPS actually was nuking. I'm gonna put it, let's put like Pala right here in front, and then Priest, and then Barbarian. I would put like this. And this is how I put it. Like Priest DPS is insanely strong now. The burst is crazy, and it can buff a player. If you like link a Priest damage with the Assassin, for example, to buff it, and the damage is just insane. So yeah. Priest healer is C rank. It's absolutely terrible. Unfortunately, you can do AoE healing, but you can't compete with the other healers at all. Hunting ranger, I would put B rank, high B rank. It can dish a lot of damage. Certain rangers did crazy damage, but it just can't compete with the others, in my opinion. But you can still build it to become super strong if you have the right rolls and stuff, but it's just not good enough. The cunning assassin started to get better, but also ends up in the B rank right now. It just can't dish the amount of damage as dual assassin can, for example, and the other classes. But it did get better, but just not good enough. Warrior, ooh. I would say Warrior is high B rank too. I kind of want to give it A rank, but I just can't. The other classes just outshine it so much. So I would put it down to B rank. It can dish out good damage again. It can compete and he provides a buff to the team, which is great. But overall here, Warrior tank is just too strong. It can get 100% glancing, which is crazy on a tank. And all of like if you're running anything like trying to get first kills or speed runs, you need these. This guy can solo tank bosses that need 2 tanks. This guy can solo heal that need 2 healers, and this guy can just dish out insanity amount of damage. Hunting, the last one, Tame Beast, Ranger is here. So this will be the PvE season 0 ranking. For me, this is how I would basically put it. Now, let's do PvP ranking real quick. PvP ranking is honestly very easy for me to do. It's Barb DPS in this is arena ranking, by the way. Barb DPS, Assassin, Bard, DPS up there. These are the best classes to play PvP with by far. They have healing reductions, insane amount of bursts, just crazy damage. So these are and then this guy has annoying amount of silences and CC and really good damage. So this will be the top 3 classes for sure for PvP arena. Bard healer I would give A rank. Phantom Necro healer I would also give A rank. Ice Mage is actually very strong. It's not as strong as these 3 in my opinion, but it's also very strong up there. DPS Priest is good. Tanks here, tanks here, tanks here, tanks that are useless in arena, unfortunately. Pala DPS, I would say it's a like it's good, but it doesn't have heat reduction, and you kind of have to pair it up with like a barb or something with the heat reduction to actually be viable. So I'm gonna put it B. But if you do pair it up, it can do good. It can be A rank. Phantom Necro DPS also I'll give it like a B rank. Priest healer is kind of useless in arena 3v3. Ranger is kind of useless, very squishy. Warrior DPS is A rank for arena. Fire Mage, I've seen some play of it, but it's very easy counterable, so I'll give B rank for it. And then Cunning Assassin, I'll also give B rank. This is how I brand 3v3 arena in season as 0 or arena generally. Now let's jump into the juice, because now we have to talk about the new season. Now I will let you guys know what I do know about new season. I played a little bit in China and I did a little bit of research. This huge, massive change with the inscribed stone system. It does not work like before, which I like because you can't like pump insane amount of damage. And they're giving a buff to combo classes. So this will be my predicted best classes. I did predict the last season's best classes pretty good. But this will be my prediction to this season's classes, basically. Now, since we started Barbarian, I think Barbarian DPS will be one of the best classes in this season. And the reason for that is that even though it had a strong inscribed stone, it didn't have a close inscribed stone to the other classes. So its overall damage was really good, and the execute is crazy on this class. And it's a combo class, so it's gonna get an overall buff, right? Barbarian tank, I will put still B rank. I don't see much changes to the Barbarian tank from what I've seen, so I think B rank would be good for it. DPS Bard, I would say Bard is going to be an A rank, even though the Scrapstone was good. It's not, again, not as close to the others. I know it got some changes on certain skills that might make it a little bit weaker, but I think all the other classes are just going to be that much weaker that it's going to automatically get like a good A rank ability over here. Bard healer, I think, will still be top class. I mean, it didn't use much Inscribed Stone already, and overall, like the need for a Bard healer is just too good, too much reduction and stuff. So I think I'm happy with having it on S rank. I think Bard healer is just too good in the game generally as a healer to not keep in your team. That's like the main meta that we struggled with in our start of the game is we didn't have any bard healers in our team, so we used priest and necro. But bro, it made so much difference just getting a bard healer. Ice Mage, I think it's not gonna be as strong. The Mage gameplay I've seen so far has been kind of mediocre. But I think it will be viable. It's just it won't be as viable as the other classes. Pala DPS, I'm gonna have to give it a B rank. It's because Pala had one of the strongest inscribed stones in the game. It did crazy damage, but I think the only way Paladin can be viable this season is with Shattering Slam, because Shattering Slam is such a massive hit. So if you just get enough crit and damage boost with aptitudes on Pala, I think you could do really good damage. But I think I'm happy with giving it a B rank right here. It's very nice. Pala tank, I would say Pala tank is still like A rank. It's overall does really good damage. Tanks, I would say overall are gonna be higher now on the list and more needed because everybody's damage is dropping, while tanks will be able to increase it because of the inscribed stone difference, right? So I think the balance in the damage is that tanks will actually be able to output a little bit more damage now. And I know Paladin has one of the best damages in the game, right up followed by with the Barbarian when it comes to tanks. Phantom Necro DPS is not looking good for Phantom Necros, man. I'm sorry, but Phantom Necro juiced the Inscribed Stone, and that's how they caught up to the high ranking in the last season. But now I just don't see them, bro, being up there, unfortunately. So I would have to give it a B rank. I think they can still be viable, but they're gonna stick it to B rank in my opinion. Phantom Necro Healer will be same as last season. I mean, I think Phantom Necro Healer is going to be B rank. And I will tell you why. Because again, the inscribed stone for the Phantom Necro was insanity. And most of the reasons why you could see some Phantom Necro solo healing certain raids was because of the inscribed stone boost. Like you could pop 6 and it could pop inscribed stone for the other. But now that you don't have that anymore. So I just don't see it being able to be as viable a healer anymore. Priest DPS. I mean, because of the buff it has, and it can dish out an insane amount of burst, I'll have to give it an A rank. I think it will be viable still as a pure DPS to have in the team, so I'm going to put it on A rank. Priest Healer, I think, will also be much better this season with a lot of AoE healing. And, like, because there's no Inscribed Stone anymore, like, there's nothing like crazy massive heals coming out from the other healers. So I think having an AoE healer in your team, a Priest, I think will be a really good option now. So definitely, I think that I saw some buffs to the priest healer too, so I think it'll be at A rank class. Ranger, I would say hunting is probably going to be one of the worst classes this season. I'm gonna put it down to C for now. And this is just my prediction. There's like nothing like actual thing behind it. I just think like with the new changes, the scribe stone, and overall with the combo classes buff, I think it's gonna end up. You know, this is actually kind of controversial. I kind of want to give it, you know, I want to give it B. Okay, I'm not. It's too risky to put a ranger in C rank. Okay, it's too risky, guys. The assassin. We finally come to the assassin. Now the dual assassin, I think it's still gonna be decently valuable at B rank. However, it's not gonna be A rank anymore. I mean, losing the scribe, so look at that crazy damage, is just not good. So I'm gonna put it over here. Warrior, I think, will be actually one of the better classes this season, because Warriors had actually one of the worst what you call it, inscribed stones, but they can dish out damage and they can provide a buff. So I think overall, I think Barbarian and Warrior are going to be one of the strongest DPS classes this season. I mean, adding with the buff, I think these classes are going to be the ones that dominate. Warrior tank will still be really good because of like the glancing is just too strong. Hunting Ranger now, I think will be better. Tame Beast, I think it's going to be better than Hunting Ranger because of the combo buff and the Scribe Stone changes. I think Hunting Ranger or Tame Beast is going to be A rank. Last but not least, we have the Fire Mage. I think Fire Mage is also going to be a rank top DPS that you will be needed in your team. So this is basically how I would possibly rank the DPS. I think Priest DPS is a little bit higher. I think Bard DPS and Priest DPS is the highest in the A tier for sure. Yeah. And then we have the last but last is Cunning Assassin. I think Cunning is gonna take the spot back on S tier. I think with the new combo boost again for the class, it's gonna be really strong. So unfortunately, no class in the C rank, and I will explain you guys why I think there's no classes in C rank. And it is because with the new changes to the Inscribed Stone, because Inscribed Stone made you get like 10k, 8k DPS, you can burst like insane in a short time. Then removing that burst means that every single class is going to be way more matched. So it's very hard for me to actually predict a class in C rank without actually seeing the full changes, right? Like I want to put certain classes down there, but I just don't think it's going to be much difference. I think, for example, right now, you know, an assassin can pump 20k damage during a raid boss fight, while probably a mage will be stopped at around 12k, right? Or a warrior will be stopped around 12k, right? But that won't be possible anymore with the new scrap zone. I think the top classes, this is just an example that I'm using. I think if the top classes can pop 20k damage, I think the classes down here can pop possibly like 18k or 17k. I don't think it's going to be that huge difference anymore because of the new changes. That is my PvE rating for season 1 prediction for the best classes. And then we have to do arena, of course. Arena, I mean, there's new arena modes coming. It's gonna be guild, I think so, guild versus guild, some new PvP modes. But back to like just base arena, I don't think the arena is gonna change in any type of way, because in arena you never actually got to use the inscribed stone. People just, you know, wiped before the inscribed stone even came to play. So I think that the arena will be the exact same because it's fair balance. So I'm not gonna put a tier list for it. But that is my tier list for season 1 Tarisland. You guys got to see season 0, and this will be my prediction. My prediction could be wrong because I only got to test the game a little bit, but that is it. I will be streaming the game. I'm playing in China, the season 1, to figure it out a little bit more. I'll be making guides on the new Scrapstone system because it's a completely new revamp, new dungeons, new raids, all that content. So make sure you guys tune into the streams if you guys want to check it out. Thank you guys for watching. Check out this video right here, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.